Ahoy there. Welcome to our Talk Like a Pirate Day special here on Rated Aargh. Thank you guys for joining today. What we're doing is we are watching Captain Kidd. So Captain Kidd is a movie that's in the public domain. It's a pirate movie. And we're going to, kind of do a watch along. We're also just going to kind of do some commentary over the movie. It's kind of like an audio commentary, like a DVD special feature.
We don't drop character until we've done the DVD commentary.
We've done the DVD commentary. So I'm sure that because this is for Talk Like a Pirate Day, we'll talk like pirates at some point. It'll be a good time. I hope that you guys enjoy. And with that being said, let's get into Captain Kidd. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Commentary.
Captain Kidd, a Roland V. Lee production. I don't even know who that is. Is that like a big name in the movie industry that I'm not aware of?
I do know Randolph Scott because they make that joke in Blazing Saddles.
And Charles Lawton is a big name though, right?
Yeah, but I don't know who he is.
Movie history question. When they do the copyright year,
I never can read it.
Well, what period did they stop doing Roman numerals and go to?
When they realized it was stupid. I swear, I think it would be like the 80s, because I swear I've seen movies from the 70s that still do it. For sure the 60s.
Interesting. Werner Jensen. That sounds like
I did the music for
that sounds like a SpongeBob. What was his name?
Schmitty Werman Jagerman Jensen.
He was number one. I don't know how this is. This movie's an hour and a half.
How do you say that?
Benedict Bogeus.
Directed by Roland V.
Lee.
Madagascar.
Madagascar.
The bloodiest
The
what?
infamous Brotherhood of the Damned plunder the treasure-laden galleons from India and Cathay.
Turn it up a little bit.
Drunk with slaughter to their pirate stronghold of Last Hope. Most ruthless of all was Captain William Kidd. He encountered the great London galleon, the 12 Apostles.
Now that we've talked about him, should they just roll credits?
Yeah.
And approaching unsuspected in the guise
Too much
of
exposition.
a peaceful merchantman,
I'm already
by
confused.
a sudden treacherous salvo, he reduced
All these
her to a
shots of the
burning
ships
hulk.
are really cool, though.
When night
There's not a
fell,
lot of.
the 12
It doesn't look like there's
apostles
any
only a
people on
blazing
them.
Funeral pyre on the placid surface of a Madagascar lagoon.
That was shot for $10.
Stop me!
You think that was all miniatures?
Pretty son.
No, but they had to put the shot of the ship name that was for this movie.
Oh.
Lots of stout seamen among them. It's been us a long time.
We can
Stop
none
shaming.
of us live forever, Mr. Boyle. Dead men don't talk.
Dead men tell no tales.
They tell no tales.
High tide.
So what was all that about?
I don't really. I'm honestly not sure.
Something. They destroyed the boat.
I guess.
Is that a stalagmite or a stalactite? All right, guys, make sure this is the old movie making of. They're coming out of the boat, and if audiences don't see every man coming out of that boat, they confused.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But crewman number 4 is still in the boat.
Logically, I don't understand.
If we didn't see it, it didn't happen. Okay, I have watched to basically this point, just to make sure that it was gonna,
There you are. Deep enough to bury a man in. Give us a hand, mate.
Wow, that was quick.
Down she goes.
They dug that hole in like 2 seconds.
Yep.
Is that a deer
What are you waiting for?
on the wall?
In that chest been in cabin a longish time. We all
Whoa!
thought as how it wouldn't do no harm to open up that chest and make sure that what was in it then is in it now.
I suppose you remember what was in it?
I remember an emerald
This
necklace
dude's
that came off
eyebrows
that
are
Portuguese
crazy.
in Bengar.
His
all those
mustache is
pearls
kind
that
of
we
crazy,
took
too. All the
with the big
mustaches
ship,
in this so
the
far have
Virgin
been
Queen.
kind of crazy.
I remember a diamond medallion we got from that Moorish guy
diamond
in
medallion.
Madagascar.
And could we ever
Medallions
forget
are
that silver
reckless.
casket with the arms of
Watch
Lord
out.
Blaine that you claimed for yourself?
Watch out for my
after the
medallion,
teaching
my
of the 12
diamonds are
apostles,
reckless.
sir? Your neck will be stretched as long as your memory one of these days.
This guy looks like a skeleton. So they're hiding treasure chests.
Lane. Oh.
Frame rate.
Satisfied? Gallows meat?
That's gotta
Put 'em
suck
back.
to untangle.
That would not be fun.
Wait,
at
why
all.
they got the treasure? Why'd they put it back for?
Well, I guess they're just gonna take the whole chest.
But they're burying it. They didn't dig it out of there. They're burying it there. Right? Yeah. Should we just not try and figure this out?
Why are they burying it, Christian?
I don't know, but there's a historical nugget here. Captain Kidd is arguably the only pirate that actually buried.
Matter. The landing,
Treasure.
Captain. There's something
Oh,
else
really?
we've forgotten.
Yeah, it was a
What do
very
you want?
small.
Now, we've got but half an hour before the tide traps us.
That's as may be, sir. We're all equal
Just
in
compared to
this,
all the
I think.
legends, it was a very
Shares.
small piece that
Well,
he
I need
buried
then what
off
you put
the
back in
northeast
your
coast of the U.S.
That goes down with the chest. Thus we starts all clear and no favors. And if some of us don't get
Yeah,
back,
I don't know
it'll
if
be
you
that much
watched
easier open
the
for them as
first
done.
episode of the
Question me
captain's
out of
log
again,
that I
would you?
did by
I'll rip
myself.
you from
But
belly to
after I
child.
went to Rhode Island, I briefly talked about on there like a bunch of pirates and how like significant that area was. Like Newport specifically was like a big pirate haven.
Yeah.
And Captain Kidd was one that came up that he was on an expedition actually against pirates and then came over and became one. But he was in that area, which I thought was interesting.
That we'd leave a dead comrade without commending his soul to his new master.
I know you probably know quite a bit about Captain Kidd. I had never really. I mean, I've heard the name, but other than that, like, I don't really
lieth
know a
one
whole lot
who
about him or
through
anything.
treachery and avarice would have placed in jeopardy the lives of honest men. And here may he lie forever in the sands of Madagascar.
Okay, he says
In the
Madagascar
Madagascar.
like a Kiwi.
Peace.
Well, maybe he is.
It's time to be out, lads.
He's kind of got a little bit of an Aussie
Don't
accent.
you know they didn't allow Australians to be actors in this time?
Is that guy Kidd?
Wow. I'm not sure.
I don't
I don't
know.
know that they've explained that yet. I kind of think maybe.
He seems like an adult. I don't think
London. 1699.
Kidd was Scottish.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If a gentleman's a gentleman, he's a gentleman. That's all there is to it, sir.
I'm one of nature's gentlemen, but I need polish, my good man. If I'm to improve myself...
Gentleman employs the terminology, my good man, only when addressing lower servants.
A gentleman,
Or
a
his inferior,
gentleman.
sir.
You see, that's why I need you. In my upbringing,
A gentleman never sucks his teeth, sir. Many a man's social career has been ruined by lesser.
you seem to know your business. I
Man.
want the best mine and I can pay for it.
So we used to do that in school.
100 quid a year.
An infallible mark of the person of quality is his reluctance to pay his domestics high wages.
Don't say so.
Merely an idiosyncrasy of good breeding, sir.
He's almost wearing that Austin Powers
16
outfit.
Quid a year, then?
You realize I've never been on board a ship before, sir.
Oh, don't let that frighten you.
To the contrary. In fact, since I was a nipper, I've had rather an adventurous inclination toward life on the bounding main. It should be
Sir,
quite
excuse me, what are you
educational.
talking about?
You'll learn a lot, no doubt. Is it a bargain, then?
Very well.
I know this is from
My hand on
1945,
it?
but
Oh.
and it's a period thing,
Right.
too, but still, people talked like that and probably still do in some parts of the world.
Maybe.
But like, it's so confusing, and I'm sure people nowadays would be like, "Oh, but English is confusing as well."
Right.
You got all the kids saying things like "Riz."
Right. Oh, the credit guy, shaky hands. He's
Ooh,
moving
my
it.
Lord Bellomont.
What'd that say?
What country made this?
What
That's
country made
America.
this?
But probably the UK, maybe.
I have no idea. Because you said you were going to fact check.
What country made this?
What country made this?
I was just wondering, how did this get done with World War II going on?
They made a lot of movies in World War II, related to it and unrelated to it.
It is your proposal, my Lord Bellomont, that Captain Kidd sail to meet our ambassador, Lord Falsworth, and give him safe convoy through the pirate waters of Madagascar.
May it please your majesty, yes.
Yes.
That needs a bold and adventurous man.
This room is like really
Bring in
elaborate.
this Captain
ornate.
It's a pretty good
Kidd while we
set.
take the measure
Yeah.
of him.
I wonder, is this a set or is this like they rented out some
Versailles.
elaborate
Captain William Kidd.
palace or something?
Well, I guess in 1945 they probably couldn't rent out of Versailles.
No, I mean, when we got to go to Rhode Island.
Wait, that's Captain Kidd? Is that what they just said?
I think so. So
Your
I think
Royal
Captain Kidd was who was burying the treasure there
Okay.
at the
The
beginning.
noble lords.
So one of the things about when we went to Rhode Island, you tour a lot of mansions up there, and there's like a bunch of them. Like this literally just looks like a room in one of those mansions.
Right.
So not to say that that's where they did it, but like there's actually tons of like ornate mansions like this that you could probably just rent out to
In
film.
Madagascar,
Because there's no telling how many scenes this is.
Yeah,
like you could film all this stuff in probably like a day.
Where I had gone to trade in elephants' teeth.
Who commanded her?
One of
What
your
is an elephant,
admirals,
sir?
Your Majesty. Name of Lord Blaine.
Lord
He
Blaine.
did turn pirate then.
Oh.
Sufficiently, my lad, to put fear in
So at this
honest
point,
traders
for those
like
that are maybe unaware, Captain
You are
Kidd is just a
successful in this voyage,
sailor,
Captain.
and he's about to be
What
sent on an
reward do
expedition
you expect?
against pirates.
May
If
please
this
your
is
Majesty,
true to
having
what
fought
actually
with the
happened with
honor
Captain
that I was
Kidd.
forced to strike me colours to a pirate. I want no reward, but to regain it in the service of your Majesty. Unless it
His hair
be
is kinda
war.
wild.
Is
It is kinda
true
wild,
that
which I'm sure he
Lord
probably has had a
Blaine's
hat
lands
on
are
at some
restricted
point.
and his title forfeit?
Yes.
All I ask
Kinda
is,
just like- it looks
if
like he kinda
I
got
may,
electrocuted.
this renegade nobleman by the heels.
He also looks like
is
a
that you honor
Did you find out who made it?
himself with his castle and his
No.
lands.
he looks like
All you
a
want, Captain Kidd.
knockoff
Captain Kidd.
John
Not a
Candy.
pardon more, your Majesty.
It's American.
Fellow treats of a
Oh,
title
really?
so lightly, he must be bursting with noble blood.
Does it say where they
Though I
filmed it?
confess he keeps it well hid.
I say, you can no more judge of a man by his appearance than you can judge the extent of a nobleman's brains by the expensiveness of his wit.
Here's a fun fact.
That the captain of the King's Guard would deign defense with me?
This was noted as one of Joseph Stalin's favorite films.
Come
And it's
That's amazing.
Stalin identified with the mischievous captain.
I know nothing.
Oh
of
my
her.
God.
Hence, you
Poor
must
Captain.
come at
Yeah,
me
Stalin was known for how
quickly as though
mischievous
you
he
killed
was.
me.
Very well then.
That was
Pardon,
The
sire.
cut back to the
That was-
reaction shot was
that
funny.
was really weird.
And to good purpose.
It was shot at the
Captain.
MGM studio.
Oh, really?
Interesting.
That whole scene was odd.
He just fell on the floor.
Satisfied with the captain of our
And it was like unconvincing enough that they cut away and then cut back
exactly what they did.
to a different shot.
And now, Captain, the main mission of your cruise will be to meet a great ship, the Quida merchant, which is sailing from India with vast treasures.
Vast treasures.
And to give her
It's a real
safe
ship.
conduct in my name, past the pirate waters of Madagascar.
But your Majesty,
Checks out.
will her commander accept my letter of marque as sufficient authority to...
You shall have a letter to our ambassador, Lord Falsworth, who is returning in her. That he is to accept your protection.
and to submit to all matters pertaining to the safety of the ship and her treasure, sire.
Oh, yes.
And now, sire,
All this guy says is yes.
me crew.
Your crew?
Captain Kidd wishes to recruit a crew from the pirates and now under capital sentence in Newgate and the Marshes.
Nougat. Nougat. Like the candy?
Condemned pirates?
Aye, sir.
I think there's a place
There's
called
none would
Nougat.
be
I know,
so
but I thought
loyal,
it was called
nor
Newgate.
fight so
Yeah, the
desperate
British,
I
they
don't
never
know.
know how to say
under
anything.
sentence of death.
They call
if
cookies
they knew that at the end of
biscuits.
the voyage,
So
a
Wild.
royal pardon would be in their pockets.
their pockets.
But I shall
Hello,
hold you
puppet.
accountable for their good conduct.
Between their conduct and mine, your majesty, there will be little to choose.
And now, goodbye.
And now, goodbye.
Mwah.
Godspeed you.
I am but his unworthy sparrow.
Jack Sparrow? With
Inspiration.
walking backwards out of the room? I would hate if I would have to do that because I would fall.
Well, I think the thing is like you don't want to turn your back on them as like a sign of disrespect, right?
Right.
Which is, I don't know.
It's weird. They made it complicated.
Aye, we do get
Oh,
to
they
see a
got a
bit of the crew now
system.
in prison.
Wait, how does the soup, or is it just food?
I think it's like
Okay, it's like
pasta
solid.
or
Because
something.
I was like, imagine if
Yeah.
like he was a jerk and he put bowls
I
of
think
soup
it's
down
like
that thing.
it looks like it's like noodles or something.
Don't let that temper get you the lash again.
If I must hang, I'll hang. But I'll go to the gallows with clean guts at least. Hey, you! What
This
kind of
is,
stinking maggots meat is this?
Boarders! There's that dainty crumb Mercy complaining about the taste of the king's bounty again. Watch it.
Bounty? Bounty me eye. The king's allowance is thruppence a day for food, not muck from the sewers of Whitechapel.
Making trouble again, eh, Mercy?
So
I'm asking only
this
what
guy
the
is
man's
Randolph
legally entitled
Scott.
to.
He was a famous
Here,
Western
smell
actor.
this.
Oh, really?
That's why he's not attempting any sort of accent at all.
Delicious.
Because he's just an American. Oh, I got the pie in the face. They did a pie in the face gag. They're eating whipped cream.
Some of the cuts are weird. Like it's almost like they didn't maybe glue the get the film back together
you go
correctly
now.
or something.
What sort of a kingdom
I mean,
is this?
you know, it's
Where
all.
a man's condemned before he's heard and starved before they hang him.
Who's that quarrelsome fella?
Adam Mercy. He was taken in a pirate ship by His Majesty's frigate Wasp. He's always escaping, so that's why we keep him in chains.
This guy is
Lacing
great.
of tiger's blood in him.
Like the snow cone flavor, or the thing that Charlie Sheen was talking about.
Snow cone
flavor. Oh, forgive me, Governor. These are two of my officers, Mr.
I wonder,
Boyle
did they have snow cones back
Mr.
then?
Lorenzo.
Was that a thing?
No,
Just like,
'cause-
well, I mean, you
well-
wouldn't have to have like, you could just,
Spanish.
you know, like carve it off with a knife or
Pretty lot of
something.
But they had no ice,
Done.
unless you got it off of a mountain, which rich people did.
Oh, yeah.
They would get snow and make stuff.
Governor, would you be good enough to tell
true.
them what we're here for?
I didn't think about
Not
that.
the yellow ones.
You
though.
know, ice was a relatively new invention.
Here's news to your advantage.
Is the hangman dead then?
Ice.
Out with it then, Jock Nasty Face. Is it that your mother's turned into an honest woman?
Silence, you miserable dog. Another man speaks out.
I couldn't even tell what the first part of what he said was.
I don't know, but he freaking roasted him.
Is that the way to win the love of these unfortunate gentlemen? Now then, me bullies, would you rather do the gallows dance and hang in chains till the crows pick your eyes from your rotting skulls?
I like his hat.
Or would you feel
So this
the roll
director
of a stout
directed the original, now lost, 1929
ship, a
Wolf
vessel,
of
the
Wall
Adventure
Street.
Galley,
What?
Really?
as the king's
Crazy.
commissioned sailor. And for those who
I didn't
show
know
a
that was
loyal
an
and a
old
stout
one.
heart, there's a royal pardon in the offer.
So that song you said Smash
Which
Mouth
of you
made
knows
that
the
was like never
waters of
released on an album.
Madagascar?
It is released on an
Ayo!
album, but that whole album is not on
You have him
Spotify.
unlocked, Governor?
That's what it is. Yeah.
Order.
It's a good song. I listened to it.
It's a fine Smash Mouth song.
Look you then. I want men with iron in their blood and steel in their sinews.
Oh yeah,
And the first up here is the first enlisted. Governor,
inspirational.
if your
What's a
orders are ready,
sinew?
would you be good enough to have them lower the ropes?
Sinew
I
is
don't know
like
if I
a-
want steel
Lower
up there.
away.
I think sinew's like a fiber, right? Like you make like rope
in
or
your
something out of it.
fibers of your being.
Yeah.
Now they're in gym class.
This was his last movie before he retired.
Interesting.
So I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, this movie is in the public domain because whoever was in charge of the production and the copyright maintenance and stuff on this just like forgot to renew it.
Not surprising if it was an MGM movie because MGM went through the craziest. Like they were bought and rebought and sold and rebought.
Another one now.
Everyone is equal in my eye.
It is interesting. Like, do they not have keys for these because they would think people would pick the lock or something?
Maybe.
Name, Edith Shafto.
Shafter, regardless of the fact that I'm your captain, you will always address a gentleman as
What is
sir.
this scarf that he has on?
It looks like a bathroom rug.
your
It's a bathroom rug turned upside down. That is an upside down bathroom rug. Christian, look at it.
It really looks like one.
Name, Adam Mercy, sir.
Oh, so it's you.
More specifically, probably the toilet one.
Yeah, right, because it's shaped like a U. That's what makes it drape over him so well.
It's also something the world
That's a
needs
fake
more of.
beard.
Fire and death a philosopher. You speak cultured.
Maybe it's
Were you
just
by
he
any
has,
chance stable
perfect
boy
facial
to a
hair.
Noble house.
Perhaps. I was also master gunner to
Nothing?
a buccaneer.
Wait, what'd you
may
say?
have
I said
heard of.
maybe he just has perfect facial
Yeah,
hair.
maybe. Yeah, it's too perfect.
Avery's master gunner.
Wouldn't that be nice to have facial hair like that?
Yeah, it'd be nice.
Which, I mean, you can grow a beard like that. I don't think I could. Mine is not that thick.
The berth's yours for as long as you can handle it.
I can handle it.
I can handle it.
Swivel gun a long time. I'll forfeit a guinea for every miss.
I'm a British pirate, I am.
Aye,
Aye, aye, Captain. Avast.
aye, aye, aye. I am the frito bandito.
We'll give you a nice bath. You'll draw a uniform befitting a master gunner.
On board.
X-Man?
Name? Bartholomew Bluen, sir.
Bartholomew.
But
Alliteration, I see.
Make your mark.
Double B. At your service.
He's got that little hat. This cut looks like it's now in a whole other movie. It looks weird. They're using that really crappy camera.
I wonder if maybe there wasn't enough light right there.
Yeah,
and
maybe.
It just looked bad.
Oh my God!
Oh, they're naked.
Wait, why are they watching each other?
Wait, he's naked.
I mean, sure, everybody has to take a community bath. I can understand it, but why is he scrubbing him?
I don't know, man. Next man.
Sir, our compliments.
Who is this guy? The ghost of Christmas Past?
Thought you.
Yes, you thought I was dead.
Oh, he was the skeleton guy.
Okay, let's take bets now. Will someone walk the plank in this movie? Yes or no?
Yes.
I vote yes. Christian?
I vote no.
You vote no?
Hard to
Okay.
believe my
Let us know in the
I
comments
don't want to believe.
what your vote is.
Mr. Povey is that kind.
Don't
or is
cheat.
that fair?
No
As fair as
cheating.
What you did that day you abandoned me on a Bahama reef.
If you please, Mr. Povey. there's
Excuse me,
not
Mr.
time to
Povey. It's
talk
pronounced
Oh,
Bahama.
it's the time, all right. Unless you want me to know. In
Well,
which case your present voyage is over before it's begun.
No, Povey. Mr. Boyle, would you take over, please?
Povey. Mr. Lorenzo, take the
Come
death
here,
watch. Come to bike. These guys look like musketeers.
I feel like this movie, especially from even like some of the older ones that we've watched so far, I feel like this one needs that like hot fuzz, like unintelligible guy.
Yeah. On the sale, sir. Excuse me, what?
He should walk the plank. Oh, yeah, he should walk the plank.
One of your delicate constitution having to fend for yourself on a coral reef, Mr. Povey.
Come off it, Captain.
Yeah, this was 5 years before pirates would have started saying Aargh in movies. Just in movies in general.
True, yeah.
It's true. A hostile wind did blow us away from your reef.
Away from the reef.
Between friends, we might have sailed back at exactly what you would have done, Mr. Povey.
They're still in
no
London,
more of
right?
your sentimental
Yeah,
nonsense.
I was just laughing at that cut.
Well,
Now that we are
I'm kind of. Why?
guy has a great face.
Why are they going around Madagascar? Is that just like a normal route that they went? Like instead of going across the Atlantic, you're close enough to like
20,000 pounds
Europe
of
and
piece of
then
their hand
Africa,
in
and then you could go
sinful
around Madagascar.
I think the danger is correct, Christian. It's essentially driving from India. You have to drive by Madagascar in some way, and anywhere in those waters could be
Povey, I detest
pirates
violence. People have such an
trying to
awkward
get a
habit
British
of
ship
getting
coming from
away.
India.
Madagascar, specifically the island
I
called
am
the
an
Île Samari,
ambitious man, Mr. Povey.
was a huge pirate hub.
Ambitious man. If
Okay.
And Reunion Island,
Kingdom.
there's a route
I'm
called the
going to be a
Pirate
lord,
Round.
my friend. And that for a commoner like
Interesting.
myself takes a deal
And
of
fun
money.
fact about Madagascar,
And
the people who
that's
founded the
why
island were actually
could
really
be
big on
too
electric
less to
vehicles.
share
That's why they're mad at
before
Gascar.
You cold-gutted shark.
Jesus Christ. He called him a cold-gutted shark. It's a shark movie now.
I'm glad you're back again, Mr. Povey.
Mr. Povey.
No idea how gratifying it is to have a congenial soul.
By the end of this movie, I will have figured out what this
Thank
guy's
you.
accent is.
It just keeps changing. Sometimes he sounds British, sometimes he sounds Kiwi.
I have left with a
It depends on what words he's saying, I guess.
complete account of certain previous happenings.
Yes.
Only to be opened in case.
This guy looks like he should be in a Western and talks like this. Doesn't he? You know what I mean? He's like the old miner like character.
My dear fellow, very sensible of you. Now I know you'll have a happy voyage. I shall too.
Well, I must be going now.
Tricorn hat.
Yep, tricorn hat.
Pirate bingo.
Well,
my quarters.
Should we just point out pirate bingo things as we see them?
Yeah, maybe.
That is definitely just a bath rug. It looks like a
now it looks
well,
high.
it looks like a Sherpa, which I don't know what that would have necessarily been back then. It's probably just like wool.
Yeah.
But like if you've ever seen like a Sherpa like jacket like people wear now,
Yeah, it
that's
looks like
exactly
that.
what it looks like. Which is basically it just looks like you're wearing a bathroom mat. Oh, that's definitely what that is, though. That has to be. That's the dumbest looking scarf I've ever seen.
We're getting some mileage out of the scarf.
He probably would be too if it was cold outside.
Wait, is this like his like Steve Buscemi and Billy Madison, his like to kill list? Yeah, it is.
What was that guy's name? Was his first name Orange?
I think his first name was Orange. Yeah. Orange Povey.
Orange Povey.
The name's Orange Povey.
Oh, now we have a weird map shot into a dark and stormy night.
I think that's the ship.
It's a dark and stormy night.
The magic conch.
The magic conch. So I found, I found a conch shell.
I think it's called a conch.
I think it's technically called a conch, but people pronounce it both ways. So I'm going to say conch for continuity here. For continuity. So when I was I'm trying to remember, maybe like 10 or so, we took a trip to the beach and there was a hurricane coming in around the same time. We were in Port Aransas, and like I think either the day after the hurricane, like the beach was sort of technically closed, but my grandma and I went out there like early to see if anything washed up, and I found a coconut, which was cool. I also found a giant conch shell.
Interesting.
And it was missing the end, so I don't know if it was like a souvenir that someone had thrown over.
Oh yeah, or it was a real one that broke.
Most of those are real anyway. It's just they cut the end off.
Right, it's been like cleaned and
So I don't know. We cleaned it. Like there was nothing living in it at the time, but it had the end cut off, so you can blow in it and like play it like a horn.
Bear's grease.
And it's fun.
Bear's grease.
Prenatal influence, perhaps.
He's making fun of his hair. He's roasting him.
Dinner serves, sir.
I mean, we were kind of making fun of his hair earlier.
Well, I know, but he says the solution is bear's grease. Bear's grills.
What is bear's grease? Do you know? No. I would guess that would just be like a fat kind of thing, because that's what they used to put in their hair, right? To style it with some kind of fat. Like it's not like hair products are now, where it's like beeswax and clay and all that stuff. That's why everybody's hair was shiny and back then and gross.
Here we go.
I know.
Bear's grease was a popular treatment for men with hair loss from 1653 to the First World War.
It's probably fake, right?
The myth of its effectiveness is based on a belief that as bears are very hairy, their fat would assist hair growth in others.
So it's literally bear fat.
Literally bear fat. Yeah.
Wow. That's nasty.
Bears.
Did it explain who these people are?
Well, what have we here?
Some of them are his crewmates, but other ones aren't. Is this supposed to be jokes of him not understanding how to be a nobleman?
Of course, but don't piss me.
Did you hear that guy? I could see the subtitles.
Yes, but yeah. So
we got unintelligible guy. He's
okay. He doesn't know how to use a spoon.
I mean, it's a high class thing, man.
I will say, I mean, if my soup was poured to me in like a plate, I would also pick it up and sip it. You can't really use a spoon.
Well, but you know how annoying it would be to try to eat it with a spoon?
Tell us something about yourself.
It's like trying to get the last little bit of
long
soup
walks
out.
on the beach, and I...
While under Avery, I was taken by King's ship and brought to London. There I was tried for a pirate and condemned.
You were innocent, of course.
There was a big scandal in the 1850s. And it was speculated that 99% of bear grease sold in England in the 1850s was actually pig fat.
Love, a scandal, perhaps a mixing
it wouldn't
It was a
surprise me.
scam on a scam.
These, yeah, they were
Champion of the
scamming.
world? Enough said to dislike what I've seen and to know there's small hope for a better.
Perhaps you'll prefer the next world, Mr. Mercy.
Mr. Mercy.
You were close enough to it when you were in the condemned hold at Newgate.
I can't get over them saying nougat. I think of, again, Three Musketeers. That's what it's Three Musketeers, right?
Nougat?
Yeah.
No, it's like a moose, I think, in Three Musketeers. Nougat is in it's like the white stuff in Milky Ways and Snickers.
But that's the same stuff as what's in Three Musketeers. Or at least it's similar.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Three Musketeers is like a chocolate mousse kind of stuff. I don't think it's nougat.
I think it's nougat.
Do you need to fact check this?
No.
I can fact check it.
I'm sorry to make this all about bear grease, but at the same time, there was at the same time Europe was using it to try to cure hair loss.
When does Bear Grylls make a bear grease product?
You are on a kingship.
I don't know.
Kingship of the devil.
There was
It's all the same to
also
me, sir.
uses
I
developed
owe
by
him
Native
nothing.
Americans to make their hair
You owe him
shinier.
your neck, Mr. Mercy.
No, that
If it were not for
probably
his
actually
bounty,
worked.
You'd be
Because it's
dancing
fat.
daintily on air.
It would make your hair shiny.
I owe my
It was
They
also
could help you style it.
it could
So
also
you
be
are
mixed with
drinking
clay
wine,
to
but
make
not
paint.
To William.
You stand up and drink to his majesty's health as a king's officer should. Or by fire and flame, I'll have you shipped back to Newgate on the first vessel
okay.
we
Nope.
speak.
I stand corrected. Three Musketeers is a candy bar consisting of chocolate-covered, fluffy, whipped nougat.
The whipped is maybe what makes it.
Yeah.
There you go.
They take a whip and they whoosh.
Yeah, so it's similar to like a Milky Way, but Milky Way doesn't. Milky Way has caramel. Three Musketeers is just whipped nougat.
Yeah.
Roland V. Lee, the director of this movie, also directed the original Three Musketeers in 1935. Actually, not directed, he wrote it.
Okay, interesting.
Curious.
Yeah.
Is the table on fire?
Suppose his majesty put him on board to spy us out.
We found him chained to a pillar.
I don't know. It kind of looks like there's a
Stop
fire
saying
in the
nougat.
middle.
Plant him there.
That really is bothering me, them saying nougat.
So openly against the king.
Your
He
wits
speaks
are
so
even
openly
duller
against
than
the king.
usual,
What
Mr.
accent was that?
I don't know. It's like a King Julian
I think
accent.
he read his name as Mr.
Takes the
Lorenzo
colour
and
of
was
his
like, I'm just going to do
background, the better
foreign
to strike.
accents.
Shadwell.
What does King Julian sound like in the future?
Yes, sir.
I like to move. What if he just started?
What if as they're passing by Madagascar, you hear faintly?
What year did Hollywood figure out that if you cast different looking people in different roles, that people can actually tell them apart?
Would you find out?
That is
Those guys look almost identical.
that is
doesn't
a big
it?
problem for me, honestly, in older movies.
Yeah.
They all look like older, like white men.
Because
Yeah.
when they were only casting white
But it's not even
people
that.
in-
It's not even that. You could cast older white men who look different, but they don't. They all like, you know what I mean? If it was like an older guy, it would look the same. If it's supposed to be the hero, they'll all will be like buff, like younger blonde guys,
Yeah.
Good night.
and you can't tell them apart.
Good evening, Shadwell.
You smell nice,
Excuse
can
me,
you?
sir, but you seafaring men always seem to be looking at something that I never can see.
I will say, so far, I've been more intrigued by this than I was about
No, sir,
Captain
I
Blood.
recognized
Oh,
you
really?
for a gentleman
Yeah,
the moment I
like
saw you.
just barely, because like
You
still,
acknowledge
there's almost
it's
nothing that's happened during this.
The
Right.
captain employed me to make him socially acceptable, sir.
Okay. Some character development.
Afraid you're too far out for me to swim back.
Okay.
But if I can be of service to you, sir.
Did the captain send you here?
Yes, sir.
Why?
He wants to know who or what you are, sir.
Who do they think I am?
Possibly a spy placed on board by His Majesty.
My name's
It's
Robin.
Easy, sir.
Hmm. This,
What's the line?
this Captain
I
Kidd,
like that
how long
name.
have you known him?
Robin.
You said
Robin.
before?
Oh, no,
I like that name.
What if
Kid.
he had said,
All
"My
I
name
know
is
is
Captain
he's,
Dad"?
I am your father. Spelled D-A-D-D.
Merchant captain.
Spy, that's
Captain
strange. Why
Dad.
should they be afraid to be spied on? Good night, Shadwell.
Good night, sir.
His name is Shadwell.
Felicity Shagwell.
Shadwell with a D.
I know, but Shagwell is the female like hero in Austin Powers,
Who is he?
the spy who
Where's he
shagged
from?
me.
I've never seen Austin Powers.
He's a nobody, sir.
Don't look at me like
We
that.
have to watch James Bond, and then we're gonna watch Austin Powers.
I know.
I mean, we can watch it now.
James Bond would be a great movie to commentary over because they're insane.
Yeah.
Oh, the map.
The map. South America.
The map. The map.
They really like these map to ship transitions. You've gotten 2 of those already. At least 2 of them.
You know, I'm sure it was novel. What the heck is that? Dolphins?
That looks
yes,
like
that was
1995
dolphins.
VHS footage.
Yeah, it did.
Look like there's color in
That's
that.
where they got it from.
If you fire on the up roll, the shot will go over his yards. But if you wait for
That
the
was
down
just your
roll,
brain
aim is
playing a
coming
trick
up.
on you because
Now
your
watch.
brain knows what color dolphins are jumping out of the water.
This would be the worst ship to play Where's Waldo on.
Best joke. Best joke. Why they're like cartoon pirates.
Just
They look
all
like
wearing
cartoon sailors
striped
wearing
shirts.
stripes. Was that a...
Whoa!
Okay, hold on. Correct me if I'm wrong. They shot a real cannonball and it hit the water in front of it, and then they blew up the box to make it look like
That's great.
I've done it, sir.
74
Oh,
throwing
look at the guy
rate.
behind him with the mustache. He looks a lot like the guy in Captain Blood. Okay, not at that angle. When he's looking face on,
He looks like he has
the Viserys.
Groucho Marx eyebrows. They look like caterpillars.
If we needed to careen and take on stores, where would you recommend?
Poverty Bay, sir. It lies.
We draw too much water. You remember, Captain?
Remember?
Oh, footsie.
Pilgrim shoes.
Pilgrim shoe footsie.
Madagascar waters. Poverty Bay.
It's just making him feel some type of way.
It's just shoes with a buckle, but we associate that with
Which is
pilgrim
ghost.
shoes.
Even though it was actually on a book.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
They
These
think it's
guys
a-
are dressed more piratey, I feel like, than what.
They said ass! They said ass!
Becoming increasingly irksome.
Not that anybody heard it because we were yelling over it.
No, the people actually wanting to know what's going on in the movie
have no
have had
idea.
the
In
worst
fact,
time.
I
That's
barely
not
even
what
know
it's-
what's
that's not
going
what
on
it's
in this
for.
movie
It's
right
not-
now.
You know, you're not supposed to know what's going on. Okay. What was that scene? Too much. That scene was too exciting. It had too much going on to comment on. The striped suits.
We got a third map to ship shot.
Yeah.
Now let's get down to the business of this voyage. Hand me that chart.
Okay, I want to see the color version of that chair.
If this movie were made today, who would be Kid?
I have been thinking every day and every night.
Does he have to be like
Kevin James.
like a goofy fat guy?
Kevin James.
Kind of. I could see Kevin James.
Back where we can
Okay, that might be YouTube buffering. I
Oh
thought
yeah,
that- I
YouTube
thought
just
that-
fixed the quality.
the
It's not as bad
quality,
as it's pretty good quality because it's been scanned.
Yeah.
I was thinking Patton
Here's our
Oswalt
present position.
Okay, actually, yeah, Patton
Here's
Oswalt would make a good
Madagascar.
Captain Kidd.
or Jack Black, depending on what they're going for.
June,
Did you see
great
Jack Black is
galleon,
going to be in a Minecraft movie?
I saw
As
people making fun of
Minecraft
it.
Steve.
Minecraft Steve.
England. We should
He's
meet
gonna have to
her
do crazy stuff to train his
about
body.
here.
I saw him in the trailer.
make it a
He
square.
didn't do
To the value
anything.
of £500,000.
He just looks like his normal Jack Black self. I was surprised they let him keep the beard.
Passage through
He had a
Yeah.
beard in the trailer. Like Minecraft Steve was clean shaven.
Safe passage, you mean way to take her, Captain?
By safe passage, you mean we mean to take her, Captain?
What sinner may find its way into our port.
Well,
Let's be fair, the king, poor gentleman, will expect something. But however we do it,
We should have had a gentleman counter from the
must
beginning.
be done legal.
Well, I was trying to count them. They said it like 6 times in like a
ways you're familiar
like a
with.
1 minute
Try
When you
span.
look at the plot points,
The
the first plot point in the movie is Kid goes and hires a gentleman's gentleman, and I don't know what that means.
Lord Blaine's name is not to be mentioned among us, Mr. Povey. He's dead, so's his crew, and so's ours, and there's none outside this cabin that knows what
I would guess maybe a gentleman's gentleman is like someone who's genuinely a gentleman and not just playing the part.
Maybe.
Here's to our meeting with the Quida merchant.
Because I'm sure that's something that happened back then. Is you're trying to play up to like a high society kind of deal, and so you just act the part of being a gentleman.
I love this rope. Made it myself. That's
Rated
that's
it
a
myself.
Mystery Science Theater joke, isn't it, Christian? I thought it would be bigger.
How did they make that back then?
That's good. Yeah, that's not accurate to the time, is it? Did people make ship models?
I'm sure they did.
I thought we can barely make those now.
Oh my God, Captain Kidd is huge.
I thought we could barely
He's a
make
giant.
Dude, if they could build a real,
He's
real
eating
giant ship,
Oh,
they
that's a
could
pipe.
easily build a small ship replica.
Oh, actually, that might be true.
I bet they did it. I bet they
Did
built.
he just put himself on the boat?
I wonder, would that be something that they did before they actually built a ship for somebody? Is they like tell them what they want and they're like, okay, well I'll make you a mock-up of it, and you just make a little model and you're like, basically this but bigger.
All right, now he takes little figurines and makes them kiss. Now Kith.
Now Kith.
Northeast by east.
Northeast by east.
East by east.
I can't get over the stripes. That's a cartoon window.
He just... Oh, I thought he was handing a gun through a window to somebody.
What the hell is this?
Can you imagine in like an action movie back in the day, like someone is coming to try to kill him and he does that and they grab his gun and shoot him? Now, that would have been a movie.
Boink! What the hell did he do? Rube Goldberg machine?
Can you imagine acting that out? You just stand there and you're like, is it over yet? Do I go now?
What happened?
He pulled the mast off, I think.
Oh, damn, he's strong.
How?
I don't know.
He's dead.
Wait, and if he was under there, how did he?
Oh,
he was up there.
Well, yeah, he was trying to kill him.
I'll hang him.
He wrote him he wrote him down in his book.
Fish the yard.
Did you hear the delivery of that?
Yeah.
He said,
I'll
if
hang
anyone
him.
does this, I'll hang him.
Can you imagine?
That was the delivery level of Willy
Whoever
Wonka
did
going,
this,
no,
I'll hang
don't,
him.
Stop.
Suppose happened.
Can you imagine?
Well, I mean, you know, he's trying to. He did it, so he just was very unconvincing in his delivery.
The most. Wait, what did it say at the top?
It said "Rest in peace." R.I.P.D.
He's leaving the most evidence I've ever seen of a murderer.
R.I.P.D.
Wait, is this a horror movie? Is he like Michael Myers?
We are gathered together to bid farewell to a gallant seaman and a stout comrade. Here was a man, shipmates, whose heart the
Now, does
flinty
being thrown
mountains
overboard
could not
after you're
match,
dead, does that
who
count as
always
walking the
took
plank? Because
better
I'm going to
than
say
he
no.
gave,
No.
whose benevolence
Wait, I thought that's the guy who died.
the orphans
I don't
might
know
Was
who
the
died.
skeleton guy?
gold
We didn't
alike
see who died.
found refuge in his pocket.
Well, he crossed off an
A
earlier
jealous
name.
providence has removed him from us.
That guy's kind
I
of scary.
esteem it a privilege to commit his body.
He looks like a living skeleton.
He looks like a
shall
scarecrow.
all mourn
No offense
him.
to him or his relatives.
You could hang him in the middle of a cornfield and the crows would definitely
Oh my
stay
God.
away.
We shall never see his like again.
He's got a giant
Rest
buckle. Keep this in. Keep this in.
We've been so good.
in peace.
I didn't even know. We were 42 minutes in and we just got an ad. I did not think there would be an ad in this.
Oh, they keep the
Mr.
flag.
Mercy, a great pity, but the ship's work must go on. Move your gear into poor Mr. Boyle's cabin. You will take his place
Boyle.
as master. As master.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
Aye, sir.
You took like a. I shouldn't have taken that second edible. Whenever he does that, like I guess this maybe supposed to be him like trying to be sly, but his eyes go like this. Like,
have you noticed that some of what we refer to as like pirate speech is just like a British accent?
Yes.
No. Or, like,
it's not. Yeah.
Aye, sir. Like that's something that
I
they
think it's
probably
also
would
what we
just
refer
always
to a lot of times as like sounding stupid.
Yeah,
Some of it,
Tell
yeah.
me after all this time at sea.
My
you're
inward
still-
revolt is not from the movement of the vessel, sir.
Hey,
It's
yeah.
occasioned by the company I endure.
Like,
Sir, have you been
Well,
drinking?
what was that?
Officer. But I'm a Dorsetshire man. And when I find
That's not a real place.
shipmaster
No,
has the
but-
presumption
Did
to
it say
copy and
Dorchester?
serve
I love their
the farms of one of
sauce.
our best
Dorsetshire?
families.
Did it say Dorchester or Worcestershire? Because
That's
that's
what
what
I'm
I thought I
saying.
said.
That's was he copied.
Credited or
I
not,
swear
sir,
that's
the
what it
brain
said.
rest.
Are you certain?
Perfectly, sir.
Certainly.
He's on a ring in his desk. Pardon me, sir. I was
Orange.
trying
His name was
to-
Orange.
Inspecting cast pickled eels.
A cask of.
He's not the one that
pickled
died
eels?
though. Orange isn't the one that's died yet. He
No.
crossed off another name.
But why do they have pickled eels?
Who knows? So they can jump out at you out of a barrel.
Yeah, like in
Cutthroat
Island. Tell you what, I love some eels, but I can't. I'll tell you this: I can't eat them unless they're good and pickled.
Good and pickled. Gotta have them pickled eels.
God, imagine being on a boat and your only food is pickled eels.
Nasty.
I'd rather eat like a baked eel
That's
that I caught.
nasty.
But you can't,
Oh, daggone. He just keeps showing up, huh?
He's wearing a robe now?
I swear
Or is
this
that his
man has
clothes?
changed outfits like 12 times already in this movie.
More than Natalie Portman in episode 1. Well, the skull looks funny. Look at the skull. Why would they have the flag?
Because he's secretly a pirate or something.
This desk is literally like a detective's
What is that?
dream.
Wait. Did you see that?
No.
He's holding like a gemstone or something. It's hard to tell in the black and white.
Literally, he kept all his evidence for every crime he's committed in this desk. This face looks funny.
He's like, what if instead of just shooting
Well,
him,
Mr. Mercy?
he's like, read that page and
Do
see if you're
your
on there.
duties
You're about to meet your
robbing
fate.
my desk?
Shoot me, Captain, and your
No,
head
sir, I
goes with
did my duties about 10
I'm
minutes
here by the
ago
king's
off
order.
the side of the ship.
So he did plant you on board.
His
You
duties.
think he'd let a man sail with a crew of nougat cutthroats and not keep tabs on him?
Stop saying
And with
nougat.
Good reason. If anything ever reeked of piracy, this does. And murder, Captain.
Okay, he did not say that line
no accident.
fully.
By the way, what ship was sunk here? The 12 Apostles?
Why the 12 apostles, Mr. Mercy?
There's Blaine's ring. His name's on it, and he commanded the 12 Apostles. That'll make interesting telling in London when we get back, Captain.
If you get back.
When I get back, for if I don't... On the other hand...
On the other hand, what?
Since a man doesn't exactly grow rich in the king's pay...
Oh. A crooked rogue. So you have your price.
No, I'm more of a
An equal share.
chaotic good paladin.
Share that with you, I'll be hanged if I do.
You'll be hanged if you don't.
Of all the slummocky blackguards.
Do we have to bleep that?
What does that mean?
And if you do share, Mr.
Do we have to bleep that?
What guarantee
I say, what does that mean? Christian immediately grabs his phone.
What did you say?
Slummocky blackguards.
And if we're caught,
Is that what?
we hang
Slummocky?
together, but
Slummocky?
I can keep you from being
Blackguards.
What more could you ask?
You know, Mr. Mercy, I've wondered sometimes if ever I'd meet a more unscrupulous blackguard than myself. And I have.
This guy looks like he could play like
Be
Santa.
sensible about this.
He
Very
just needs
well.
to grow a
Who
beard.
knows?
To slummock
We might be useful.
means to move in a heavy, clumsy,
In one
or
way or
ungainly
I
manner.
think I've heard that before, yeah.
Okay.
Was used
What is a blackguard?
up until the mid 1700s.
A blackguard, as he just said a moment
So I
ago.
have.
Blackguard.
Blackguard.
Yeah, some words they enunciate not at all. In other words,
Yeah.
they enunciate every single syllable.
Nougat.
Well, nougat is the opposite of nougat. They're saying it as fast as they can,
Nougat.
and then they say blackguard.
Blackguard.
Hey, cartoon pirate man.
Because I want you
They
to
are
if anything happens to
referencing one of two things.
It caught me in
One
his
is
desk.
Irish slang that means a scoundrel or an untrustworthy person,
Believe me, not one word. He just
used in the past. The second thing he could be referencing is an Irish rock band from Houston, Texas.
Pleasure I'm reserving for
I'm
you.
I'm actually a fan of the Blackguards. I have some of their music downloaded.
Kinsmen or no, he betrayed
Blackguards?
no common
Yes.
interest in the 12 apostles.
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty
I
good.
didn't like them,
They do
Mr.
like a good
Lorenzo.
cover
I
of
mean to find out
Drunken
why.
Sailor.
Why, you could have charged him with
Wait, so you knew the whole time and you made him look it up?
Yeah, but I didn't know the definition.
Let's not be impetuous, Mr. Povey. He can't leave us, unless he swims. It'll be rather amusing to find out what he does. You rest easy.
It's almost sort of like if you were watching something like a moving picture to see what happened next. Something like a moving picture.
No, I'm
Oh
just
my
curious.
god! Stop! It's like he's like a serial killer.
He's got nice handwriting.
Yes, I do quite imagine killing him.
I just like writing names in my little book.
I just love writing the names down and just killing them. Like, just do that.
I love thinking of ways I can just murder them right here on the ship, man. The last one, I literally just pulled a rope, and he got killed.
They're in the Seychelles now. They've gone past Madagascar. You don't
like
have to
this camera on a real ship
that far apart when. Like, you don't have to, he's way too sturdy.
Well, he is on a boat.
Well, yeah, but he would probably fall over being that wide in a stance.
I can't. What's with the stripes?
Can you imagine being
This is like the red shirts on Star Trek. Any character that doesn't matter wears
This
the
is
striped
like
shirt.
the boy in the striped pajamas on a pirate
Queen
ship.
merchant, sure enough.
All right.
I like silence after that.
Did you make her out, Captain Ross?
Same attire.
Yeah.
That was what I was going for. I was not going for, the freaking...
I know, but it's funnier to be quiet after.
Yet she has the lines of a merchant.
Is that Ian McKellen?
Have the longboat ready and manned. Longboat,
Who?
Gandalf.
Was he alive in
No,
1945?
I'm just making a joke that it looks like him.
stand by to put a shot across her bows, Mr. Mercy.
Aye, sir. Number 4 gun crew, stand
Those
by.
guys look the same.
What's with the... Stop the camera moving. They look like cartoon characters.
English color.
Why is the camera going?
Perhaps she's our escort ship.
Is it supposed to mimic like being on a ship? Because that's weird.
Maybe they're just.
But like this one's kind of like the ship is rocking.
It looks more proper.
Yeah. What the?
What the hell's he into that cannon? He gave a little extra something.
Whoa.
Mercy.
He did all that, and then they still missed that bad.
They did it on purpose. They weren't.
They fired a warning shot.
Yeah.
Fire a warning shot across. Fire a warning shot.
So
Let
across
me
her nose,
tell
not
you.
up it.
You will come across with us in the longboat, Mr. Mercy. And convey my compliments to all officers who
What's he
will
doing to
dress
that
as
cannon?
I don't know.
That's gonna be mental note for the condensed version.
That's
a good moment. Yeah. Whoa! Look how glassy that water
What the
is.
hell?
Oh
What kind of ocean are they on? If the ocean looked like that, I would freak out.
It could.
I think there's parts that
like
do
God
look
is
like
coming
that.
back.
I think there's parts that get still enough it looks like that.
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. I'm Captain Rawson.
Captain Rawson.
I'm Lord Falsworth. His Majesty's ambassador.
What happened to all the men in pajamas?
Your obedient servant, sir.
They went to sleep, sir.
They took all their stripes off.
Make haste with our business. These are unhealthy waters for ships to be hove to, as I discovered a day or so ago.
You mean?
In fact, sir, these waters are so dangerous it makes the camera jump up and down.
We beat off 2 of them. Avery and Callister,
They beat off 2 of them.
some 30 leagues south of here.
Just like that cannon.
Oh, stuff me, I near forgot. Could you spare
Wait,
us
the
some
reaction
powder
shot was
before
almost
we
him
use what
reacting
was safe
to the
here?
joke.
Oh, why,
Reaction.
all you need, sir, and welcome.
Like
Mr.
Clemson.
Lorenzo here could attend to that then.
Oh, Mr. Hilliard, take Mr. Lorenzo below and see that he gets what he wants. Aye, aye, sir. Captain.
Oh, sir.
I'd like 2 number 4s, a number 3.
Pick number 3, my lord.
Pick number 3, my lord.
I thought you might appreciate that.
Thank you.
It's a gnat.
I'll send for the master gunner. He'll take care of all your needs.
I'll take care of your needs. Yes, he will. I've sent for the master gunner. Boom, 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 boom.
Where the weed at? This is where the inside that 1 deal of gunpowder that the dead captain is holding, they found the Meerschaum pipe.
Mr. Lorenzo!
National treasure.
The what pipe?
The Meerschaum pipe.
Is that what that's called? The one
Is
that
it a
looks like a
$1 billion
ship?
pipe?
Take these
Is it a $1 billion pipe?
Yes.
It's called the what? The Meerschaum pipe?
It's something like that.
I have no idea.
If I'm wrong, don't put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments.
Gentlemen, my daughter, the Lady Anne Dunstan.
That guy had pee on his sleeve. Is that a pirate
Mr.
thing?
Bovey, Mr. Mercy.
No, that just means he didn't wipe correctly.
Haven't we met before?
I think not, my lady.
My cover.
I think it impossible that we could have ever met.
Shut up, please. You're gonna blow my cover.
Dang, she kind of a baddie though.
How do we proceed now?
No.
Well, I'm instructed to give you protection past Madagascar, and you'll be safe as long
What
as we
the
sail
hell is
in
going on with the? This is, you know, this is. It's probably the film
We are
scanner.
separated.
It could
The
be.
film scanner is like grabbing it and pulling the frame and not the correct.
Yeah.
Would you advise?
Well,
Yeah, some of the
suppose we could take Lord Falsworth and Lady Anne.
some of the stuff's kind of
aboard the
weird. It's
Adventure
almost
to
like they need
Madagascar's
to,
stern, and then
which
if we
who
are
knows if this has
separated,
even
then this
got a film
vessel
print
should be
anymore.
taken.
Right.
What about the treasure
This
on
film
board?
print could have been scanned in
One
the
Yeah.
silver chest
70s.
alone,
It really
present
needs
to His
like an
Majesty in the Grand
update.
Mogul. Contains precious gems valued at more than £1 million.
May I suggest, Your Excellency? Now, why not transfer the treasure chest with yourself and Lady Anne on board the Adventure?
I mean, it had to have
we are out
been
of danger.
relatively old because there's
She's
still
a
like
kingship.
lots
That
of
is
like
a
film
great
grain
responsibility.
imperfections and stuff
And
on the
although my
film.
instructions are
Which it's
that
old.
you are
Yeah.
to trust
This
me
guy looks so
more,
familiar.
A lot of times they'll take a lot of that out now. He does.
He was
Yeah,
in
he
several
really does.
movies, but
Three of them against us.
he kind of
We
has
will do, sir. We'd be helpless.
he sort of has like a
wisest course.
traditional like movie star
I
look. So he kind of
defer
looks
to
like a
your
lot of other people.
And now could we inspect the chests? We could have
Lady,
them
may we
slung into our
inspect your
boats along with the
chests?
gear
I
of
mean,
Lord Falsworth and Lady Anne.
Okay, but you wanted me to cut the she a baddie
that.
joke?
Cut
Yeah,
that.
he
Cut
made it
that.
weird.
Cut that. Cut that.
Absolutely not.
Hoist away.
I was gonna say, what is that? What the heck is that?
Yeah, this
Mr. Povey.
this is
Send for the manifest, Captain. You may check it against the contents of this chest and give me your receipt.
Content.
Gladly, gladly. Oh, there you are, Mr. Lorenzo. Have you completed your business?
Almost, sir.
I still need to flush.
Most kind, Capitan Russell.
There is only one detail left.
Is this guy supposed to be from España?
Again, I think he
Finished up,
just.
Or is he French?
He saw his name was Lorenzo, and I guarantee you he went, I can do an accent. And they said, what accent? And he said, an
Would you
accent.
attend to that, Mr. Povey?
You know, a foreign one.
Thank you very
And he
much.
just did that.
One that's not English. Oh my gosh, he lighting something? It's gonna explode.
Okay, that was kind of a cool shot. Using the light to.
He's gonna blow up all the rum.
Why is the rum gone?
Rum and gunpowder.
Rum powder.
Uh-oh.
Or you just call it gum. Gunpowder and rum.
Unless he really did do business and he's just lighting a candle in there.
But why are they? So is he trying to time it to when?
All right, we're
once
gonna
they
get
move
off.
the treasure over, then he blows it up.
Capitan Lorenzo, we are going to get off the ship. And then it will go boom boom
to your
as we
beauty,
pull
boss.
away into the sunset.
Did you finish your business below?
Yes, Capitan.
Stop asking me.
Better be
Yes, sir.
underway.
I've been eating much more fruit and I'm more regular now.
The amount of fiber in my diet has been very good, sir. An apple a day keeps the scurvy away.
Oh yeah, I guess a candle would until it got to that level, and then it would hit it.
Well, they're back in the stripes.
The stripes on their pants go the opposite way of their shirts.
Yeah. I guess it's to scare other crews to make them look taller but wider.
Well, sort of like zebras, right? You know, they
Yeah.
kind of. It's the same reason why zebras have stripes, which I've never understood. You know, like
Yeah.
how good is looking the same as your neighbor if you're black and white and the savannah is brown?
Maybe it's to disorient.
It's
But
so they
still.
can't pick one of them out in a crowd very easily.
But if I were a zebra, I would want to be the color of the savannah.
Well,
I apologize
but
for our poor accommodations, but my valet Shadwell will see that you're made
I
comfortable.
mean, basically, they're banking on that a lion or something sees it like this.
They see the old like slow zebra.
Yeah.
I thought he was about to get knocked off the thing.
Yeah.
Why hasn't it happened?
That chest is like very ornate.
Oh. Wait, does this movie have a kill count? Did they just kill like 50 people?
At least.
Because that crew was full of.
Blown up. Someone must have touched off the magazine.
Send out your boats at once.
Was that whole crew on his
Don't ask me
book?
to risk men near that.
Yes.
Let me go, boy. Captain!
Oh! They cut away! I wanted to see him fly off.
They probably couldn't actually film it back then.
Yeah, they probably did film it, and then they probably got told they had to cut it out.
It's too violent for the youth.
This guy looks like a straight-up pilgrim now.
Yeah, especially the buckles.
What's the pilgrim thing? I mean, I'm sure it was time period accurate, but is that how sailors would really dress?
Are we still planning to get tricorn hats?
Yeah, I want one.
I'd love one.
Well,
I want a quadruple horn.
I think we're going to go to Spirit Halloween whenever it opens up, which I think should be relatively soon.
Some of them are already open.
Oh, well then ours may be already open.
Excuse me.
I don't know where it's supposed to be this year.
I don't know.
I hadn't looked at it that close.
Your father.
Your
May I
father.
say how sorry I am.
They killed her
Captain is
father?
requesting that you take your meals in the main cabin.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
no, Shadwell, I can't bear to face those men. I can't.
I quite understand.
your father.
But the captain's
Now I
orders
shall
are
take you
orders.
as a wife.
Shadwell,
my
you must help
God,
me. There's
cut
no one
that.
else I can trust.
But what can I do, milady?
I really
I'm
like
only a
saying cut
servant.
Where can I
You watch
turn?
too much.
I'm so confused.
Always Sunny.
Always Sunny.
I haven't
yeah.
watched it in a long time, but I always thought that was the funniest bit.
I like their
Cut that,
podcast. I've like almost never watched Almost Sunny.
Almost Sunny?
And on this ship, wherever I go,
Wow.
those horrible staring
I said
men.
Almost Sunny.
That Lorenzo
Always
who's
Sunny.
always
No.
standing
See, I don't even know what the freaking show's called.
Fake fan.
Last
I
night
told you I
they
like the
tapped on my door.
podcast.
When I opened it, there he was, that evil, smiling face.
Even more than that, I just like Rob
Well,
McElhenney.
you might better
what?
belong with those pirates you fought a few days ago.
Pirates, milady? We fought no pirates.
Why, my father said Captain Kidd told.
This is kind of like a horror movie. And Captain Kidd is like the villain.
Shadwell, what manner of ship is this? Physically, I'm sure of it.
Pirate!
Oh, I can't
Where's
tell
that
if
scene?
I accuse him.
There is a man on board, milady. A gentleman whom I know
Say
you
it.
trust.
You're white
Mr.
and
Mercy.
cold.
Yes,
and
milady.
what's the Twilight line?
Shadwell, I know I've met or seen him before, no matter how he
You're white. You're pale and cold.
Say it.
Say it.
Mercy.
Vampire.
Vampire.
Pirate.
All I really know
Your
is, milady,
skin
he's never
sparkles in
Your
the
skin
sunlight.
sparkles in the sun.
Perhaps if
Say
I
it.
ask, then you'll... Shall I?
Oh, yes, will you please?
Yes, milady.
This guy has Lego hair. It looks like the Lego like long hair that clips perfectly to the head.
I am asking
Yes,
you
she
again.
forgot her.
Very nice.
Dad died like
dear
4 minutes ago.
Yeah, she's cool now.
Manners do not
She's
impress me,
too.
Mr.
She's too
Lorenzo.
concerned about the pirates.
When do we divide the gold?
In London, not before.
Uh-huh. Then look, Capitan. I
Then
will
look,
make a
Capitan.
bargain with you.
Bargain? Everybody wants to bargain with me. You and Mercy.
Everybody wants to
Fine and
bargain
fella,
with
what do you
me.
think I am? A
Everybody
stinking
wants some.
sausage merchant? Or come for bargain?
The girl.
See, I told you.
All my life I have dreamed of a beautiful woman like
Told you.
Yeah, he's being creepy now.
We
Give me
killed
half
your
of my dinero
father.
now, and you can split the rest
I will
between you.
take the
Wait,
Let me have her.
He knows De Niro. He knows that
I am
word.
him. He's smit with love. Again.
I want her.
Where was this guy been the whole movie? On the right.
Whether
He's back
I
now?
like it or not.
I thought he was the one that got killed, but he wasn't. He's been there.
With all
But he's
this
mostly
pressure
sat
on
at the table
board,
like that with his cup
The
several
crew
times.
is like a barrel of hot gunpowder. All that is needed is a word in the right
I don't know. Maybe they like maxed out his
You're a witness.
speaking his lines in the opening third,
No, Capitan.
and they gotta up his pay. if he's
This
gonna
guy's
have
outfit
it.
is
All I
great.
want to do is plunder her booty.
Oh, Jesus. Cut that.
As for the girl, I have my own plans for her, and they do not include you.
This guy looks the most like a pirate. His outfit. He's got gigantic pants, though.
I thought they were gonna have a sword fight for a second. His belt is huge. All their belts are huge. Please tell me he has lines coming up.
This put me in mind of a tale.
Okay, with a face like that though, he should have been like.
Yeah. He reminds me of the dude from the Rotel Dorado.
I thought you were
that
gonna say
guy
from Rotel.
or the other guy?
The guy with the goatee.
Oh yeah, he does. Yeah, he seems like a Rodel Dorado character.
See,
I know this is probably just like a sailing outfit that he's got on.
He's like a surgeon.
But they all are kind of dressed like pirates.
Yeah.
Like compared to
He
what
has
they
also changed
like,
outfits like 5 times.
They have, but also compared to like what they are wearing like above deck.
Yeah, now he looks like a sailor, but when they're above deck, they're wearing formal wear.
son of Lord Blaine.
Oh.
I knew it. What
Did
were
you?
doing on this ship?
My father was killed and accused of piracy.
Few people believed Lord Blaine.
The king did.
Okay.
That's why I went to sea and turned pirate 3 years ago.
Exposition.
That's why I'm on this ship.
That's why I'm giving you this exposition right now.
Truth.
And you have.
So he is a pirate.
It was Captain Kidd who killed
No,
you.
he's not.
I thought he just said he turned pirate.
I'm no fool.
I think.
Well, technically.
Metaphorically.
But metaphorically, he's anti-pirate.
Under espionage cover, yeah.
To track him down. 3 years of degradation. Now I've got him where I want him, and he knows it.
You mean he knows who you are?
He knows something.
He knows something, she.
Who you were. Why you avoided?
And you better start talking, doll.
This, he'd kill you with as little compunction as he means to kill me, if I let him.
What can I do to help? There must be something.
As soon as he finishes business down below, I'm gonna challenge him to a duel.
Forget everything you've seen on this ship. Play up to him. Be friendly. That way you'll be safe. Now,
Then you pull out your Tommy gun, see?
no matter what is happening.
He is getting a little bit into that, you know what I mean? And then, what do you want, the moon, Mary?
Promise.
Put a lasso around it and pull it down.
You're going to have trouble with Lorenzo.
That's more, that's less gangster, and I've just become, what's his name? Jimmy Stewart. You want the moon, Mary? I'll put a lasso around it and I'll pull it down.
Complicated, my lord. The king may accept the elimination of the Queen of Merchant as an accident. Maybe even the sudden demise of Lord Falsworth.
Wait, was Lord Falsworth the guy who fell?
Plans for her? Do they include
Mr. Povey?
pretty good.
Dear's as safe with me as if she was me daughter. My passion's power and gold. Since she suspects nothing,
His accent is all
I
over the
deliver
place.
her to His Majesty along with his share of the Queen of Merchant's goods. I'll weep appropriately over the untimely demise
This is
of
before
her
they had
pa.
accent
Receive
coaches.
the grateful
Dialect
thanks of his
coaches.
sovereign and a peerage.
Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
But that's what I'll have. And neither man
This is basically
nor
what he's
devils will
saying.
stop me.
All I care about is gold and power. Oh, I'm about to make a name for myself.
Shadwell?
Senorita, milady.
Oh my.
This is basically a comedy where all the different men enter her room for 5 seconds and give exposition.
I think we can count on to keep ahead. You stay here while I come off watch.
He's like, I'm going to have the maiden. And then he comes in the room like, hello.
Oh, God.
It's me.
Oh, sword fight!
Oh, he knocked out the light. Were they kissing or was he like?
No, he was assaulting. Because she said help.
We're having a sword fight in the dark.
That's interesting.
I mean, I'm just curious, but like, wouldn't it be easier for them to actually see on set if it was?
Maybe they were both
bright?
crappy sword fighters, and they were like, wait, what if they break the light and it's dark?
They don't actually have to move. They just have to whack, 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 whack each other's swords.
Sword fighting, okay.
Yeah.
Be stylistic choice.
Yeah. Woohoo! My name is Remy Lorenzo. They call me the
I love the
pirate.
reaction. She got her reaction shot.
My name is Mr. Lorenzo. They call me the pirate.
This is a pretty good sword fight. Oh!
Oh! Oh! Out the window into the sea.
There's a lot of pushing people off stuff in this movie.
A lot of killing.
It's not a violent movie, but there's a lot of death in it.
Mr. Mercy, you did well.
Just like old Disney movies.
Mr. Mercy, you did well.
I feel like there's some sort of joke to be made about a guy like sword fighting and falling out the window, but I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, I mean,
This guy was in several pirate movies.
Lorenzo? He's
Lorenzo.
Kid.
Oh yeah, it has to be. Was that Medallion?
Oh no, we're gonna have the curse of the Black Pearl.
Oh my
All right, sir. Yes, I'm all right.
We stole the cursed gold. The cursed Aztec gold. There are lots of candles on it, which I'm sure that's probably accurate to how it would have been. But there's lots of candles on this ship. Like, it seems like almost every scene there's something burning.
Perhaps I can find it for you, sir.
No, it must have come.
Oh, his medallion had his real name on it.
Watch out for my medallion.
Please, Adam, I can't go in there.
Ah, yes, all spies carry a necklace.
Revealing their tragedy. That's the stuff that would be like in James Bond, no joke. Is he'd be like, oh, I dropped my business card that said my name's James Bond.
And he never will.
It's the only way you'll be safe.
In fact, in one of the movies, he does carry an ID that says his name is James Bond.
The same thing he's done to the others, if he gets a chance.
And then when they confront him, he's like, this is your ID. Yep. I found this ID in his wallet. Yep. Therefore, it would be your wallet. Makes sense to me.
Be careful,
Then take it.
Adam.
It's not my wallet.
Please be careful.
It's not my
Don't
wallet.
worry, doll. What do you want, the moon?
These are some crazy
Come, my
clothing
lady,
patterns
come,
for that
my
time.
lady.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
I want to see what color that chair was that he was sitting in earlier. That thing looked like it was... It's probably like the most drab colors you could possibly think of.
Who is he then?
No,
But it had a crazy
they
pattern.
use some weird colors for black and white to make it appear black and white.
Yeah.
Board, you and me and Mr. Mercy's going to the cave.
You're going to take him in there?
I've a peculiar humor to watch my clever young friends fizz when we dig up their
Fizz?
ship.
Fizz?
Sweet dreams.
I have a peculiar clever to watch my friends fierce. It's some.
Well, Kid did spend a lot of time in the Caribbean.
Is he writing more names down? Whole crew.
Oh, he crossed off another one.
Okay, so he. What was he putting salt on it? Parmesan?
Is it a powder to help it dry?
Maybe.
Well, yeah, but that's not that funny.
Oh, I didn't know what it was. Could have been bear grease. I didn't know.
Probably is a powder to help it dry. Bear grease.
Bear grease.
Bears are hairy. I'm gonna put the fat of a dead bear on my head.
Our patties.
Oh, I get it. Poop. Are they looking out the window the guy fell out of? Who is on this boat?
Row, row, row your boat
Dig fast, Mr. Mercy.
gently out
Famous
to
sea
sea.
shanty. Are they digging up the same chest from the beginning?
It kind of looks
Who
like
might
they're in the
this
same
be?
place.
Oh, skull.
Perhaps a man that asked too many questions.
Perhaps a man who asks too many questions.
You're about to find your skull down there in a little bit.
Young feller.
Is that his dad?
Gently now, Mr. Mercy.
What?
You've come on something.
Blaine?
The body?
Yeah.
No, it's the body of that guy with the weird eyebrows at the beginning who was asking
The 12
questions about it.
apostles.
So it was the 12 apostles, eh, Captain?
Yes, it was, Mr. Mercy.
Mwahaha. You caught me monologuing.
Is he gonna kill Mr. Mercy and say, "May God have mercy on your soul"?
And then he puts on sunglasses and he goes, yeah! Dun, 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 dun. The Book of the Dead.
Bum, ba, ba, bum.
Oh, that's
Planes.
like that is his treasure though, because that's his daddy.
Now, why?
He was a brave seaman.
I don't know.
Why do they never add in like a
Know him.
sound effect whenever like something like that gets opened?
Thought perhaps you had. This is yours.
The Dutchman's treasure.
This yours, isn't it?
Traded a ring for it.
Isn't it?
Traded
One of
a ring
Avery's
for it.
men.
Avery.
Avery.
He's a real
I
pirate.
encountered Lord Blake.
Who's that?
Sea-eyed nice.
Henry Avery or Henry Every, depending on what
Pity he
record you're looking into.
pirate and traitor to his.
He was also based in Madagascar.
Liar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lawyer, pants on fire. No. I think that's meant to be flying out of his hand. Did he land in the hole? Whoa, the trombone player's going hard. That's the sound of someone falling down.
That's the sound of someone falling down. Don't you make that sound every time you fall down?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, she.
And another one.
Falling.
Bump,
Death
bump,
by falling.
bump. Another one bites the dust. Bump, bump,
He's been
bump.
for the sharks now, Mr. Povey.
Sharks.
Tide closes this place in half an hour.
Hey,
We've nothing more
sharks.
to fear.
Hey, what are you in a euro?
Here I am. It's a long voyage home, Mr. Povey. And anything might happen.
Mr. Povey.
Mr. Povey.
Mr. Povey.
Mr. Orange.
Actually, her ladyship is still very distressed. In the midst of life, we are in death, Shadwell. And though my heart bleeds, my heart, sir,
So, what the hell are you talking about?
bleeds.
It looks like he has gas.
Confound you, Shadwell. You drove the thought right out of me head. And it was an uncommon pretty one. I'm sure of that, sir. Go to her at once. Tell her she can't mourn forever, and I shall expect her to take her meals in the main cabin with the rest of us.
His hair is
Very
getting
well.
crazier.
It's that bear grease, man.
It's that killing.
Lad, we turned just in time to see him go over the edge. Search for an
Dang,
hour.
look.
Never came.
Now it's the menu.
Well, here's to him. Wherever he is.
No.
Feeling ill.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so.
I'll go to my cabin with your permission.
If you wish, it's been quite a trying voyage. What with one little thing and another, but bear up. You'll soon be home again.
Bag grease up.
Where'd they get pineapples from?
I was trying to come up with a joke for that, but I
warned
Yeah, I
him
couldn't.
not to go.
Yeah.
No one could have stopped him.
It was cold-blooded, planned, deliberate. The same will happen to her ladyship unless we can...
He didn't die though. He's about to pop up alive.
Who?
Yeah, see, he's right there.
Had him.
Because all he did was fall in the water
How did you...
after they whacked him.
They find you on board, sir.
I've come back for Lady Anne.
Oh, thank you, sir.
I've been hanging on the rudder chain since dark, waiting for the turn of the watch. The jolly boat's moored
And this
astern.
is Mr. Mercy.
I waited alongside. It's secured right under this port.
He's a
Watch
good
any
guy.
engine. Drift aft under the main cabin. Well, now, get me some dry clothes. Shadwell, where's the captain?
Sir, I've never been on a ship before. I don't know any of those words you just
The
said.
chest they brought back on board, sir.
My father's chest. Shadwell Kid doesn't suspect you. Tell Lady Anne.
Hey,
to get some
he's
things
literally
together.
doing the
Coast is clear.
Stan
You
Lee
come
Yell
back
Nats
for me.
bit right
Yes,
now. That's like his family's chests and treasures that another guy took.
Well, yeah, but they don't have the whole bit
Now,
of,
sir,
is your last name your
Round
first
up,
name
what's
spelled
the time, right?
backwards?
Yeah, if it was, it would be,
What is his
Wait a
last
minute,
name?
Oh, wait.
What was the? Was it Blaine?
Captain Kidd backwards. And I was like, oh, well, Kid spelled backwards would be Dick. But then I couldn't get Captain.
Kid doesn't suspect
It would be Nat
on board. He'll be evidence
Pack.
Dick Niatback.
on the small moored astern. We'll row ashore.
They were at him.
The At Pack.
Overland is the pirate
His
town
name
of
backwards would be whatever Blaine is spelled backwards. Elab?
Find us a ship for England.
I thought it was it Blaney?
No, I think it's Blaine.
It would be Inyalb.
Inyalb.
Blaine Inyalb.
The fourth.
Yelb. Stanley Yelnats, please rise.
Get down on the bow.
Stanley Yelnats the fourth.
Well, I've never been to camp before. 18 months, Camp Green Lake, son.
Goodbye, my lord. Godspeed.
Godspeed. Bye, my lord.
Goodbye.
Get in that little boat that looks like what looks like a baby's crib.
Get in your boat, my lord.
Wait, they're gonna row to England?
Oh my lord.
Who's in that boat now?
Oh.
Come on!
Abraham Lincoln, that's who he's making me think of.
Oh my god, yeah, he looks like a skinnier Abraham Lincoln, which I didn't think would be possible, because
Yeah.
Lincoln is skinny.
Like if Lincoln was on Ozempic for a bit.
That's such a timely joke.
Wait, that's like a...
He got shot.
Thank you, me lord's gun.
Dang, he got a pretty
Is
good
that
death.
It's like a mini cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Those are cool.
They had some of these in Cutthroat Island.
They hit him. Direct hit. He sank. He sank my battleship.
Wait, did they hit the rowboat?
Yes, that's what I'm
How
saying.
did they not die?
I
Or
think
like lose a leg?
I don't know. I think it maybe hit like the back of it and split the boat in half,
Hold on to
but didn't hit any of them. Who knows, man? It's a movie.
Well, the cartoon pirates are.
Take her away.
Where were they going? Did they say?
I don't know.
To an island or?
I feel like the guys in stripes could break out into a song at any moment.
With the pirates of Penzance.
Yo ho, to the island do we row.
Yo ho.
Hey, get in the man. He's gone too. I guess that's the end of him, eh, Captain? And good riddance. Back to the ship, boys.
They shouldn't would there surely wouldn't be like body parts of dead folks floating on top of the water. No, of course, they'd sink to the bottom immediately. We would be able to find them. Stop crossing names off your list.
Well, we're getting close. There's only...
Oh,
it's a question mark.
Our reaction to that is how the film... Is he breaking the fourth wall? Oh, no. He's looking cartoonishly evil. And he's got the look of, what the are you talking about?
Sport.
Okay, she's calling him Mr. Mercy. His name is Orange Povey, right?
No, Mr. Mercy was the guy that was on the rowboat with the lady, the good guy.
Uh-huh.
But his real name is Adam Blaine. Because he snuck on the ship under the... Oh, they're in London.
What's the deal with the question?
What's the deal? Looks like Lincoln.
Why is there a question mark by his name now?
He doesn't know if he's going to kill him or not. He might keep him alive because he's the only guy left.
Oh, he doesn't know if he's going to kill him.
He might think there's enough treasure to go.
I thought maybe it was a situation where
he forgot who he was.
He wasn't sure if he died or not.
Oh.
He forgot who he was.
Let it be known that there was no walking the plank in this movie.
No, there wasn't.
Not yet, anyway.
Look at this.
Have we even had a movie yet where they walk the plank?
You know what he looks like? He looks like in Alice in Wonderland, like when the chessboard comes to life and it's like the Queen of Hearts and stuff. It looks like one of those people.
Captain.
I've only seen Alice in Wonderland like once. That movie freaks me out.
I've never seen it.
By your leave, your majesty, both good and ill.
I'm going to reference a movie that I haven't seen.
That's just how good I am.
American colonies, sire.
So I
It's a
understood.
Braxton thing to do.
Yep.
With the main points of your voyage, I wonder if you can enlighten me about the affair of the Queen's godchild, Lady Anne Dunstan, and your shipmaster, Mr. Mercy.
Mr. Mercy.
Oh, that poor impetuous fellow, sire.
Looks
Inveigled
ridiculous.
that bud of innocence he did into running away with him.
and catching them red-handed.
The king cuts back to the king.
Very
I
long.
don't know a word of what
I
you're
was
saying.
forced to dispatch them both. Rest in peace.
Tell me, Captain, about the treasure and the Quida merchant.
Unfortunate, sire. Most unfortunate. We'd ship but that chest when up she blew, and all souls went heavenward. Rest in peace to them. Ditto.
Ditto?
Ditto.
I hate that cliche.
I didn't know they had
Lord
Pokemon
Blade.
back then.
You encounter any trace?
Nay, sire. I can only hope that the weight of his sins sank both him and his ship.
I see. Then how do you explain this?
Oh, it was
Whose
Blaine with a
Your Majesty?
Y
My
in the middle.
officers found it on your ship at Plymouth after you left for London. It bears the Blaine crest, with which I believe you are not unfamiliar.
I've always felt that Mr. Povey, Miss Surgeon, a very wily fellow indeed, was hiding something from me.
Okay, he can pin it on him.
In your cabin, Captain?
I hope Mr. Povey has a proper explanation, sire.
Mr. Povey was killed 3 days ago defending it. With his dying oath, he swore it was not his.
Perhaps Shadwell, my valet, slipped it aboard.
Might it not have come from a Madagascar cave, Captain?
Something dreadful queer about all this, Your Majesty.
Enough of your lies.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. So they got away.
Oh, snap.
How did that happen?
His head?
His hair got way crazier.
Get on the headland with my friend Avery and watch this.
That was him being surprised.
Your Majesty, I accuse this man of piracy and murder.
I accuse this man of.
Okay, when he said murder,
accuses man of piracy.
He said man.
And murder.
he also said murder like Moida.
Held for the next session of the
Nougat.
Cornavarian
Stop
Examiner.
saying nougat.
Tried for his life.
I sent a shooter eating all the nougat candy bars.
All I done was to the credit
I like how
the honor and glory of England.
he was
Oh, they
accused
should have
of,
like freeze framed on him, like.
So here's me bequest.
accused of
To
piracy
them
and
what
murder.
hunts what I have hid.
We haven't really seen
and
much
to their
piracy. He had one
sons,
chest.
Down through the endless corridors of time.
Caught me monologuing.
Read that
Now, you know who I think might
murder.
be a really good like Captain Kidd, now that I've thought about it some, is the guy who played Neville Longbottom.
Foulest trumpet of all.
What about Glenn Powell?
Yep, perfect.
As a Captain Kidd, he's too handsome.
Save your money, my lads. You can have it all for nothing if you'd only step up here and wear
I mean, you could see like Neville Longbottom playing that part.
I need up, Jack. Can't wait forever.
Are they gonna throw him in the water?
James would be good
Kid is
too.
dead, my Lord Blade.
He could ride around on his ship on his Segway.
Now, in what manner can I atone for the injustice I worked upon your father?
If Chris Farley were
What would
alive,
your
he'd make a
best
great
thought?
Captain
What do you
Kidd.
suggest?
A fine frigate of 50 guns.
Yeah,
Who is this
frigate of
dude?
50
American
guns.
waters, sire, that we thought of
I don't
naming
know.
the Lady Anne.
Oh,
It should be a wedding gift to you from the crown. For your loyalty and service to king and country.
wait, are they gonna get married now? That's weird.
No, I don't think they said they got married. They just said the ship would be named after her.
They should.
The end. Cool.
Damn, he ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
What'd you guys think about that?
I know he ain't gonna
Would you please shut up?
Damn, Captain Kidd ain't gonna be in Rush Hour 3.
All right. So, what'd you guys think?
It was pretty good. You know, for what it was.
That was interesting. There were some elements in there of real history.
Yeah.
The ship mentioned was real. Henry Avery was real. Captain Kidd was generally in that area at that time doing those things. So from a historical perspective, I thought it was pretty cool. They obviously did their research and what was available at the time.
Yeah. I thought it was interesting that we saw almost no piracy actually take place during the movie. It was all about things that had happened like very early on in the movie, like maybe like the first minute is what, like, and we didn't even see people in that scene. It was just like shots of cannons and a ship on fire.
Yeah.
So essentially, like all the piracy, other than there was lots of murdering going on the ship.
Yeah, I'm about to say there's a lot of. But again, I think Captain Kidd was pretty interesting as a villain because he's not set up initially as the villain.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a little bit at the beginning. You're like, okay, yeah, he's kind of unscrupulous, but yeah, him writing the name down in the book was like, this is like, is he like, John Wayne Gacy, Captain John Wayne Gacy or something, making a list of people who he's gonna kill and then crossing them off, and then after he crosses them off, he goes like this.
Did I do that?
Did I do that? Yeah, that's kind of what he does.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That was interesting. I just thought it was not like he was a pirate, but we did not see it on screen really.
It was more about hiding who is and is not a pirate.
Yeah,
and them like trying to spy on each other.
I will say it's a lot harder to understand a movie when you're trying to
talk over it.
the whole time.
It's an interesting.
But I don't know how much more we would have understood it if we were just quiet and paying attention.
Yeah, I think I actually understood it pretty well.
I mean, I understood it well enough. I feel like a lot of us talking over stuff was just like random filler, and it didn't really amount that much to the movie. I mean, we saw like most of what was happening, which, you know, the bulk of it was like him writing names down and then trying to off those people.
Yeah.
It kind of was a horror movie.
Yeah.
To an extent, yeah.
There were those like 3 monologues where there were 3 different characters, and it was like, this is why I'm here in this movie. And then we're like, oh.
Yeah. Taking a page out of Zack Snyder's book. A character pausing to give too much exposition to an unimportant character.
I still can't believe
character is the audience, essentially.
I still can't believe that he gets any funding for anything
I agree.
he does.
I agree with that.
That blows my mind.
Maybe we should watch and do a commentary on Rebel Moon.
Have you watched any of them? I saw the second
but I've
one
watched I've watched lots of YouTube videos making fun of it.
I saw the second part came out. Did you see the first part? Hit the is it the extended cut? Is that just what they called that one?
It's a director's cut.
Director's cut.
But why is there a director's cut on streaming?
I don't know.
The streaming service could release a 5-hour cut and no one would bat an eye.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
They're doing it to get more views.
I guess, but they released a director cut of Rebel Moon Part 1, and it's like 3 hours and
there's even more
50 minutes, I think. Like, it's almost 4 hours long. And Zack Snyder does nothing that's interesting enough to watch it for 4 hours.
Have you ever seen anything by him, Christian? I think you would really, really like Rebel Moon because you'd think it was really funny, unintentionally.
Probably.
There's so much
I haven't watched
slow-mo.
any of it. Did you ever watch the Snyder cut of the Justice League?
I've never seen the Justice League.
Well, I haven't either, but I started to watch the Snyder cut, and I think I got like 20 minutes into it,
why it was
and
cut.
I was like, this is the most boring thing I've ever seen, and I turned it off.
And it's about Superman. It's the craziest
It's about
thing.
superheroes.
How do they make superheroes
How do they make
boring?
superheroes boring? Somehow
worry.
Zack Snyder figured
Zack
out
Snyder
how
did
to
it.
do that.
But
It's wild.
Yeah. But I think we could do this again. The problem with this movie is, well, not the problem, but it was fine. You know, it wasn't amazing, but it wasn't like, you know, horrible, bad, you know, so bad it's good or anything. But the so bad it's good type movies, I think, are the best for this type of format.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of that in there. And some good natural commentary, you know, about the movie itself.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mix.
Yeah. I don't know. It was okay. If you had to give it a rating just out of 8 off the dome, what do you think you give it? General and Pirate?
General, I would give it a 4 out of 8.
Okay.
And Pirate, I'd give it a 4 out of 8.
Same. I'd say 4 on both.
I would say 4 out of 8 movie. I think I may go 3 out of 8 on Pirate. There wasn't a whole lot of piratey stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So
I wish they would have shown a more clear shot of their skull and crossbones, like sewn flag, because the skull looked really funny.
Well, and that's really the only time you saw it.
That's kind of how they'd make them on purpose, right?
We didn't even like get a real clear like view of it either. Like it barely came on screen.
It just made me funny because it had really teeny tiny eyes and a big mouth.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, like the original Jolly Roger, is like super iconic in terms of
the original Jolly Rancher.
That too. In terms of like pirate stuff. But I think there's a lot of them that are really unique and really cool.
Yeah.
And then you also have something like a Jack Sparrow's Jolly Roger. That's literally like a skull looking at a bird, which is kind of neat. So I'm glad that like we've seen some diversity in the Jolly Rogers throughout the movie so far. And it's not just like one cut and dry, like this is the Jolly Roger and this is what everyone uses. Because I mean, realistically, like these were not being sold in mass quantities anywhere. Like they all made their own flags.
Yeah.
So like you couldn't buy a pirate flag because piracy was illegal. And
Wait, there was no Disneyland?
It still is, but we like to, act like it's not a lot of the time.
Yes.
We kind of celebrate it almost in a way. But back then, it's super frowned upon. So you couldn't just go to like your local Walmart and buy a Jolly Roger to hang up on your pirate ship. Like you had to like design it and make your own, and you had to own it too. I mean, it was one of those things that was kind of like your identity. So if you're a big name pirate and
that would be something
you raise your flag or whatever, and people can spot and tell like, oh, that's Blackbeard's ship. We don't want to mess with him. I'm sure that there was maybe some of that too, is almost like an intimidation factor.
But in reality, Christian, they're right. Nobody really used it, did they?
The Jolly Roger?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was used. However, movies and media have
embellished its usage.
Embellished it quite a bit.
Because the problem with it was, well, like in this movie, they would have a color of a certain country to trick them. And then,
Now, here's another one. So Henry Avery is in that book. This is the flag that's generally attributed to him.
Interesting.
Which may not be true.
This is red?
Yeah.
Like that?
So, some were red.
Well, that's cool.
I do not think there's one specific to Kidd, but the really interesting thing about Kidd is that he, in a lot of his stuff, had some overlap with religious and Christian symbolism. There was a lot of, with Kidd stories, a lot of Templar symbolism overlap, which the skull and crossbones was originally a Christian symbol. Because there was something called a burial box, and the way that you would bury a body is you put all the small bones in, cross the two femurs, and then put the skull on top.
Interesting.
And so it was a symbol of
that's interesting.
Yeah, like
marker,
a religious burial, and then it became associated with piracy. And there's a really interesting link between the early church and kind of Christian conspiracy, secrecy, like some Da Vinci Codes type stuff, with some groups that develop out of Europe, particularly Freemasonry, use a lot of Egyptian symbolism. And there was also a lot of overlap between some Masonic groups and some pirate groups.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Kidd in New York, he had his hand
lived in New York.
In New York, he actually, I believe, funded the building of a church.
That church was the one in National Treasure.
The Trinity Church?
I'm joking. That's not true.
I was going to say, that'd be pretty cool.
But that would be pretty... But I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if he funded a project like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's very possible, I guess. Do you have something else?
No, I was just going to say, Kidd is pretty much the reason why we associate pirates with buried treasure. And it is because once he actually had treasure, buried it somewhere off the coast of like Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the name of which island. I need to study up on this. Like, I'm not super familiar with Kidd other than just what's vague knowledge. Was apprehended, and then basically they're like, we're going to hang you unless you tell us where it is. He told them. They were able to go to that island, dig it all up, and they were like, oh, he actually buried something.
Interesting.
So if not for him and that one story, I mean, you would think that it's like a cultural thing with piracy. Like, they buried stuff, but
it probably did stem from that, especially with it being in the Americas.
Yeah.
It probably was a very popular story that got around, and then it just got, embellished along the way.
Are we like the only culture that really associates pirates with buried treasure, or is that like a worldwide thing?
Now, the world probably does because of media,
movies and stuff. But
maybe, that's an interesting thing. Maybe before we,
well, I think part of it is that we are part. I mean, it's weird to think about, but we are part of the new world, and piracy could only exist
because of
there was not that structure in place to eliminate piracy already.
Yeah.
So when we were in the original colonies, which is basically right there with the Caribbean, I think that
there was huge amounts of goods being moved back and forth over an area with very little security.
And I think that's why pirates got, the idea of piracy and treasure got so big here, because Europe and everywhere that had been, thoroughly developed had already eradicated a lot of that.
That's
so
true.
It was just like such a foreign concept to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been so ingrained that the idea was probably so ingrained that it was a bad act.
Mm-hmm.
And it was something to be shunned and not praised. But here, like, we praise train robbers and anything that
Bank
goes
robbers.
against the system. Like, everyone wants, everyone appreciates
kind
that
of likes
Robin
that
Hood
part of it.
Yeah, that's interesting. I guess, should we induct this into the Rated Aargh Pirate Cinematic Universe?
No.
I also
maybe
agree.
for what he
No.
was doing to that cannon, but
what is he doing to that cannon?
There was believed to have been part of a kid treasure actually found in Madagascar a few years ago.
Oh, really?
That's probably
by a treasure hunter named Barry Clifford. They found a huge,
big red dog,
probably like over 100 pounds.
Big
but
red dog.
Huge. They thought it was a silver ingot.
100-pound silver ingot. Oh my gosh!
Move that.
They're huge.
That's crazy.
Why
wouldn't you just melt it down and make it where it's actually manageable for you to deal with?
It's just transport. Once you transport to the place, then they probably melt it down again.
Right, maybe.
But they brought it up off the coast of Madagascar. I think it was the island of Saint Marie that I had mentioned, that has a lot of pirate history. Then a group takes a look at it. I believe it was UNESCO, and then they were like, no, this is a part of the original pier. This has nothing to do with Captain Kidd. So it's highly doubted.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ingot.
Interesting.
When you played like Skyrim, did you think that it was pronounced ingot?
No.
Did you ever play Skyrim?
Yeah.
You did? Did you play Skyrim?
A tiny bit, but I never finished it.
Yeah.
I still have an unopened copy for Xbox 360 of Skyrim.
How much is that worth?
I have no idea.
Not that much.
Probably not a lot.
No.
But yeah, I bought it and
Give it 10 years.
Never played it. So I don't know. It just never piqued my interest. I never played a lot of single player games, I think was part of the deal too. So
Ingot.
I played it for a bit, and then I just got bored with it.
I mean, I heard there were like thousands of hours you could put in that thing, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's
I mean,
just so many side quests and everything. I mean, it would take you forever.
Yeah, I'd rather play team deathmatch on Nuketown.
Exactly.
After a bit,
that's what I
you
thought
get
too.
Kind of tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so that was a good pirate movie.
Braxton should have played Call of Duty.
I
Over this.
never played team deathmatch at Nuketown.
You missed out.
My internet wasn't good enough.
You missed out, man. But yeah, it was a good pirate movie.
My internet was worse, probably.
I don't know. Maybe.
I remember when it would
doubt
pick me to host, everyone would get so mad.
Yeah. It was rough. It was rough.
Oh man.
But yeah, it was a good pirate movie. I'm glad we got to watch it. So
should I
yes,
put the Rated Aargh official selection on this?
Yeah.
Is this considered an official selection?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
And put the caption under it, like, what was he doing with that cannon or something like that.
Okay.
Or some funny thing.
Well, cool. Anything else before we close this out?
I don't think so.
Good?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you guys for watching it. We hope you enjoyed not only our commentary throughout the movie, but Captain Kidd. It was a pretty fun watch. If you have any other recommendations for things that you would like to see us do like this, leave us a comment on Spotify or YouTube. You can leave comments both of those places.
Family Guy.
You can also, if you would like to, you could, I don't know, tag us in something on Instagram. We're at Rated Aargh Pod.
Or Exchangeagram.
That's probably the easiest way. Exchangeagram.
You put it out there on the line.
On the line. Yeah. So if you don't want to leave a comment, that's probably actually no. Just leave a comment. That's the easiest way for us to get all this information. Yeah. So if there's anything that you'd like to see, not only just like in a format like this, but on like the main show as well, please do let us know. We've got like the next 4 or 5 months planned out, but after that, we've got a list to choose from. So if you have anything that's like, oh, I really want you guys to do this, please let us know. That helps us out immensely in terms of choosing what we want to watch.
Wait, 5 seconds, and I'm about to post this Letterboxd review.
Okay. What is it?
All right. How do I find it?
Wait, you just typed it. You could have read it before
Here we go. 2.5 stars. Captain Kidd. Some decently accurate history, pirates in pinstripe pajamas, and an odd moment with a cannon.
I love it.
That's a great review.
It's a great review. It's a great review. It's a great review.
Pirates in pinstripe pajamas.
Now that we've all watched this together, go on Letterboxd, review the movie Captain Kidd, 1945. If you guys would like to do that, please do so. We'll see you next one.